Hello, fellow babies. So we're in February 2022, and about a year and a half after finishing this project, we're going to take it from good to great, hopefully. We've got, let me show you what we've got. We've got about a 700 square foot room, floor to ceiling, tongue and groove cedar, with 12-foot high ceilings, except for this area over here, which we vaulted to a 20-foot ceiling for the basketball hoop. So the reason this room was designed this way was that we'd have three separate areas. We'd have like a lounging area, a simulator area, and then a ping pong / basketball area. After using it for about a year and a half, we really don't use the basketball that much. We do use it, but what we use the most is for movies and the golf simulator. So what we're going to do is we're going to rejig the room as an upgrade project and move from a 4x3 screen with a 16:9 projection, which I learned is not the great way of doing it, but live and learn. So we're going to go to a full 16:9 screen, and instead of the screen being 10 feet wide and roughly 4 feet tall, we're going to have a 17-foot wide screen that's just under 10 feet tall. So we're going to need a new projector, we're going to need a new screen, we're going to need more carpeting, and move some things around, rewire some things, and so forth. So here's what we've got right now. Here's what we have right now. We've got this area over here, which is, the room is 17 feet wide by 12 feet tall there. And this area with the basketball net, we're going to leave the basketball hoop up there for future use and so forth, but we're going to actually make the whole wall a screen. We're going to mesh off the top so that hitting your 60 degrees is not going to hit the ceiling. Then we're going to curtain off the sides the same way we had it before, but we're going to have curtains that come all the way out about 14 feet. So now the hitting area, we're going from being about 9 feet away from the screen in the current setup to hitting from about 13 feet away, which can be much nicer with a much bigger screen. So what we have here works and it's great, but it's going to be that much better. So some of the things that we have to do, we have to move the unicore and the projector. The projector needs to be upgraded. It's an old HD projector with only 2,000 lumens, and I started turning off all the lights when I golf. And when I bring friends over, they're looking at me like I'm some kind of weirdo, for other reasons. But for this, I golf in the dark because the screen looks much brighter and nobody else is used to golfing in the dark. And when I golf outside, it's kind of weird. So we're going to get a higher lumens projector so that we can golf with the ambient lights on and not it being washed out. And you can see how the picture is washed out right now. So this is with the lights on, and then I'll turn off all the lights and you'll see it really, with all the lights off, it actually really really pops out. And then when we turn all the lights on, it gets washed out a bit. So a higher lumens projector should fix that. We're also going to have to reroute the garage door rails. The reason being is that rail right there is going to be in the way of the projector. So I've got about 2 feet to play with above, so I'm going to raise them up about 21 inches, add an extension bar on the garage door rail so it can go up all the way. And then that way I can stop the garage door 21 inches shorter because there'll be a panel that'll just be above where the projector is right now because that'll be gone. So everything will be moved up. And by shortening the rails, I'll be able to move the rail enforcement over to the left and have room for the projector. The bar for the curtain is also going to be removed. So for this setup, there's only one projector that works because I need a short throw projector because the way the ceiling is, I need to be, and where I'm hitting from, I need to be about, the projector needs to be about 17-ish feet away. So I'm going to be hitting at the 13 feet away from the screen, and then 3.5 feet behind me above is the unicore. And so that's already at, about 16.5, 17 feet. And the projector is actually going to sit right on top of the unicore. So it works out really well. It can't be behind it because then the unicorn would be in the way. If I move the projector too far back, if I got a regular throw projector with like a 1.3 throw ratio, if I move it that far back, that doesn't work with golf simulators because you're golfing there, your shadow is going to be all over the screen. So this is the only 4K projector that's short throw that's remotely reasonably priced. It's the BenQ TK700 STI. It's a 4K projector, it's short throw. It's listed as a gaming projector because it has really fast response time, which I really don't care about. I don't really play games. For movies, I won't notice it. For golf, I won't notice it. But everything else seems to be fantastic on this projector. The black levels seem to be the only kind of little drawback, and apparently you can fix that with a better screen, but not a better impact screen. To find an impact screen that will have that kind of ambient light technology, it's just way too expensive to put that into a hitting screen. And a hitting screen is something else that I need. So right now I've got a 10 by 10 that I got from Carl's place on clearance. It was like $400. It was great. It's been really good. Unfortunately, it's not going to work for my next, for the next one. So I need to order a premium impact screen that's 17 feet wide. It's 9.5 feet tall, and it's about $1,000 US. So something to note about the screens is that they have different types of screens. I got it was just on clearance, so it's just a regular one with the grommets, and then I attached the grommets with a little bit of a tension rope to get some pull out of it. But they have ones with, they call them loop and hole. I don't know why they don't just say Velcro. I guess it's one part of the Velcro, but they've got like a Velcro strip that they stitch into this so that you can Velcro things like curtains and so forth onto it, but then you need to have the right set of curtains. Or they have ones with padding that kind of flips over, and that's really what I should have gotten here, and I'm going to get on the next one. And that's the reason why on the floor I've got right now just a towel there, because I've attached a bar across the bottom to the floor, and then I loop the screen around the bottom of the bar. Problem is, when I shank one, which happens from, hole to hole, the ball will just come like flying right back at me, or at the screen. It's amazing nothing's broken yet, but the towel is put there to prevent that. And that's no longer going to be an issue when you're hitting 13 feet away, and the screen's going to be protected properly with the padding all around it. So the ping pong table is going to move, and it'll be out to the other area here behind me that we're in right now. We're going to get a new hitting mat extended all the way to this 14 by 17 area. And actually things are going to work out pretty well, because all the electronics that are here, which are kind of sticking out right now on the wall, are going to move behind where the screen currently is. So the screen has the wall indents back 2 feet. So that's going to go in really nicely over there. The secondary screen over here is also going to move to this side. So that's a couple of things that I have to do. Get everything else out, put up a new frame. I'm going to do the same thing. It worked out really well. You just go and get your galvanized piping from whatever, Home Depot, and all the fittings. It's really inexpensive, works really well, easy to work with. It's a little bit dirty, but if you wear gloves, you're okay. And it works great for these curtains. These curtains I got them on Amazon. They were $90 for, basically comes with 2 5-foot, or actually just over 4 feet by 10 feet curtains. They're velvety. You can get different colors. I got green for obvious reasons. Luck of the Irish. And once this new setup is done, then what happens is, so now we are hitting into a 17-foot wide screen from 13 feet out. It'll be just beautiful. I looked into doing a circular curved screen, and that's just insane. You have to go with multiple projectors, and it's just not worth it. Not even close to the time and money involved in what you're going to get after that. And that's really just for like a slightly more immersive experience with golf. But what I've noticed is that when you're golfing, it's nice to be out in nature and stuff, but your golf game is it's right down here. It's right in front of you. So, I mean, you're looking at the ball on the feet more than anywhere else. When you're playing on a simulator, you're playing numbers. You know how far you are away, how far you need to hit it. You get the club, you go down and you hit it. Like the graphics are there, and it's nice when they're not a distraction, but you don't really need them wrapped around. So the new screen is going to be a big improvement. And with that, now our theater setup, currently we are, we've got a 10-foot wide screen. So it's probably, about 130 inches or so diagonal. So we just set up, we've got a couch on wheels. We just move it around in front of the screen about 9 feet out. Works great. We've got the surround set up for it now. It's great. But that's going to change, and we're going to have a much bigger screen to look at, almost double, well, actually, about 4 times the size in terms of surface area. So we're going to be further back. We're going to be about 17 feet back. We're going to rearrange the speakers for a 7.1 surround system because we've got the space now. We'll have the fronts, center, mids, and rears, plus sub. And we'll have this whole area back here that we're in right now, all for lounge, and ping pong table will come out over here when you want to play ping pong. And unfortunately, we're gonna lose the ability to shoot hoops here. And if it's a real problem, then we can figure out solutions for that afterwards. It's really just figuring out how to reroute the curtains around that so as not to get in the way, and also somehow to protect the screen, because definitely don't want the ball making marks on the screen or somebody falling into the screen or anything like that. So that's the next project, taking it from what's already an amazing system, and I'll do some videos on the Unicore setup and the projector setup and the golf club setup that we have here, and everything works amazing. It couldn't be happier. You can always be happier, but everything is working really well. So we'll take you into other videos regarding that, and also the past year and a half, I've played, I think, over 300 rounds in here. Kids go to bed at 8. I'm in here at 8:05, warming up, and you can get a couple rounds in about an hour. So I've also gotten to doing an online training course by Top Speed Golf, and it's been awesome. It's really, really great. Certainly worth the small money that you pay for it. I mean, it's like on special, it's like, I don't know, it's like $50 US for a year. And I mean, the type of instruction that you get, if you have the ability to kind of, watch and practice, it's by far better than any experience I've ever had with any particular trainer. Once you get to a particular point and you've got something that you can't figure out, you can either take your time and kind of research it, or you can, with these guys, you can, pay them extra for, if you send them a video and they'll figure out what's wrong with your swing, and they'll kind of get back to you, and you can work that way too with like a remote coach, which I have not done because I haven't really needed. Well, there's one particular thing I do that I need to, I'd like to stop shanking the ball completely to the left off. Man, it'd be nice if I hit the hosel. Sometimes I hit the club on my wedges, but that'll go. And that's why this is such a fun game. Anyway, hope you enjoy what this next project is. I'll take a bunch of pictures, put them up. You guys can, follow going from the current setup to the new setup.